So how do you feel happiness in your consciousness? You focus your consciousness on consciousness. And since consciousness is individual, the only consciousness that you can focus on is yours. It's like holding a mirror up to your face. Huh? A mirror is a funny thing, if you think about it. Huh? Because a mirror takes on the quality of whatever is reflected in it. A mirror is just a piece of glass with silver on the back. But if I take the mirror and I hold it up to the light, then it appears to glow, just like the light. Or if I take the mirror and I hold it up to something yellow, like the jacket over there, it'll turn yellow. Or if I hold it up to my face, it'll reflect my face. But does a mirror have a face? No. A mirror is just a piece of glass. So where's the face coming from? Well, it's coming from my face. See, where's the yellow color coming from? Or where's the glow coming from that I reflect things in the mirror? It's coming from the object. So similarly, the quality of our consciousness is just a mirror. It just reflects whatever you point it at. See? It's like a light. It lights up whatever you point it at. If you have a flashlight and you point the flashlight here or there, it lights up whatever you point it. So similarly, consciousness is like that. If I point my consciousness at the material world, then I'm going to experience all the different qualities of the material world. And what are the qualities of the material world? Birth, death, old age, disease, suffering, change, loss, all these conditional experiences bounded by time. In the material world, time is supreme. Time, everything happens according to its own time. Everything in the material world goes through 7 stages. Conception, gestation, birth, growth, production of byproducts, dwindling, and death. 7 stages. And what makes them go through those stages? Time. Time. So you cannot stop the influence of time in the material world. Time is supreme. And time is creating all the problems, all the troubles, all the suffering, all the changes. Just when we get things lined up just the way we like it, what happens? It changes. Why? Due to time. Time is the force that pushes everything in the material world. So we can't avoid the influence of time. But guess what? Consciousness is always the same. Isn't it? Think about it. Consciousness is always the same. Consciousness is always aware. Consciousness is simply aware of whatever you point it at. What happens if I point my consciousness at nothing?
Unconscious?
Deep sleep. Shushupta. Or if I point my consciousness at my mind, then what?
Gobbledygook.
Dreams. Dreams. Imagination or dreams. If I point my consciousness at the senses, then what?
Sometimes happy, sometimes sad.
Yeah, mostly sad. Mostly unhappy. But if I point my consciousness at itself, then what? Bliss. Yeah. If you've ever experienced this is the beginning of meditation. The beginning of meditation is aham brahmasme. I am Brahman. I am consciousness. I am spirit soul. This is given in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. 2nd chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, Arjuna is lamenting oh, I have to fight my relatives, and even if I kill them and I'm victorious, I'm still going to be sad because I have to kill so many people that I care about, and if I don't kill them, then they're going to come and kill me, and that's a bad thing because then all the people will have such a terrible example because the rascals will win, and da-da-da-da-da. And I just can't solve this problem, Krishna, so I'm going to surrender to you as a spiritual master. And what's the first thing Krishna says to Arjuna?
Don't lament.
Don't lament. Don't lament. You're a fool. Why? You're lamenting over something that is not to be lamented over. There's always going to be problems in this material world. Don't lament about it. Lamenting about them isn't going to solve them. What is the solution? The solution begins by knowing that you are a spirit soul. You are Brahman. You are pure consciousness. You are eternal, indestructible, unchangeable. You cannot be withered by the wind or cut by weapons or burned by fire or hurt or damaged or split or there's nothing that can happen to you. You are eternal. And your nature is pure consciousness, pure awareness. Now this is really good news. Think about it. This is very, very good news. Nothing can hurt us. Nothing can kill us. We can't be divided. We can't be split. We can't be harmed or nothing. Well then, so what's all this suffering that we're experiencing? What happens, I talked about this extensively in some darshan a couple of weeks ago. What happens when we identify with the senses or the material body or the mind is that we split our consciousness. Isn't it? Part of our consciousness is aware of itself, and the other part is projected on this other thing outside of ourselves. The mind or the senses or the body or other people or our environment or our possessions or whatever. And so we project part of our consciousness outside, and then we keep a little bit of our consciousness to ourselves so that we can look and say, oh, just see, oh, look at that, oh boy, wow, yeah, see, I got this, I got that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, oh boy, ain't I cool. See? But then what happens? We get into the habit of this split. It becomes a habit. We can't stop. And then something goes wrong. Oh no, it's gonna, I'm suffering. See? And then it's too late. We can't undo the split. We don't know how. We forgot. Why? Because we're unconscious of our consciousness. If we were conscious of our consciousness, we could easily reintegrate all of those little pieces of consciousness that we split off and attached to little pieces of the material world, like our bodies, our minds, our desires, our friends. I mean, it gets so bad that we start thinking about what other people are thinking and then desiring that they should think this and not think that. And we're all upset if they think the wrong thing about us, especially. I mean, there are some people that go around, the Christians are really into this, trying to get everybody to think the way they do. And if you won't do it, they're terribly disappointed. So what is all this about? This is nuts. Because this is not the way to happiness. This is a way only to more and more entanglement, more and more suffering, more and more confusion, more and more unconsciousness. See? We're doing the we're doing the opposite. We are trying to take all these little pieces of consciousness that we've split off and identified with different things in the material world, and we're trying to take those back and focus them on our consciousness itself, within. That's meditation. That's what should begin to happen when we start chanting. See? This is yoga. This is mysticism. This is self-realization. Not that we just chant mechanically, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. No. Chanting mechanically is not going to help us. It's not a mechanical process. It's a process of consciousness. What does that mantra mean? What is Krishna? We say Hare Krishna, but what is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Purnam. Purnam means full, complete, the source of everything, including consciousness. See? So we are, first of all, to realize ourself. Who am I? What am I?